I don't have back pocket on the shorts, on these shorts. These shorts suck, but sorry. I'm sure this will
Shorts
look good.
without
I can
pockets
wear
is
this.
wild.
Yeah, no, they
But
have pockets. They just don't have a
I
back
always
pocket.
like, for some reason, like the frequency of like what shorts I grab and then I get hit. Oh, right. No pockets.
No, all my shorts have pockets. I can't wear pocketless anything, but not everything has back pockets.
Mm.
And I always put my journal in my back pocket because there's always too much shit in my left pocket. And the right pocket's for. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to stop keeping my phone in my pocket. So you know what? This will go on. Yeah, that shit is horrible
Yeah,
for
I know I'm
everything.
supposed to have it in my pocket. I've been told this by Smith a
I
couple
was
times.
I'm honestly about to just start rocking like in the hand or in the bag. That's how I'm about to start rocking it.
Need to get like a fanny pack or something, like the little
Bro, I love fanny pack. Bro, I was rocking a fanny pack for like 2 years straight in high school, like freshman, sophomore year. Yeah,
ooh
bro.
with well, you said what's it called? The outfits weren't like as strict after freshman year. So
Oh well, I mean, they didn't care about accessories and shit. It was just the clothes
yeah,
itself.
I like the idea of like having accessories when
Yeah, because
it's that
I always appreciated how we could find expression in
expression.
everything
Yeah,
that wasn't
exactly.
your shirt. Actually, but after fifth grade, it was your shirt. So it's like basically your pants were the only thing you were hardcore restricted on most of the time. It's like obviously there was like conformity to your shirts in middle school, and then like in certain times, at certain times throughout middle school and high school. But you could do whatever shoes you wanted, accessories. You could do depending on depending on the teacher and the time
Right.
period, you could do a
Hmm.
jacket over it that wasn't an NCA jacket or
Yeah.
like a kid jacket. But yeah, I always appreciated that and like accessories and stuff. Bro, I actually just ordered a fuck ton of bracelets, bro. Like
I had that phase.
leather stuff and then like bracelets.
Bro's getting
I
ready
just
to
no,
go to
actually
Bali.
ever since I've gotten this, I've been like I've actually just loved this as like a reminder. Like today in the gym, I was like, bro, this is such a great reminder of like discipline and fluidity. Like you need both. You know what I mean? It's such a great reminder for me. Um, and I was kind of just thinking of like how this is a form of expression. Like I love this ring, and it says a bit about me. And as I've like actually, it's really just been like as I've gotten these two accessories like since Christmas, and I've really like felt that I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, style as expression has always been a huge thing for me, and I haven't actually been tapping into that for a while. So I'm mad hype because I just got a fuck ton of bracelets.
I feel you.
Yeah,
That's actually
it's
yeah,
lit.
because this was my first watch. It was literally because I just wanted a watch, I just wanted something. I was tired of being a
Like, yeah,
bear
watches are
t-shirt.
cool.
Yeah. So literally the backstory, this is like a 4 or 5 year old watch. Um,
Mm,
I literally in Amazon, what did I want? I typed silver, gold accents, and Roman
right.
numerals. And I found this. It works.
Hey, boom. You got it. You made it happen. That's fire. It's late, bro. Bro, I feel like I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, yo, I've like the things I've like spent my money on recently has really just been like uh in I think was it investments and expression. There we go.
Yeah.
So it's like, in my opinion, if you're putting your money into like furthering yourself, like investing in yourself, growing
Facts.
yourself, awesome. If you're putting your money into expressing yourself more truly, awesome. If you're putting your money towards like enjoying life and experiencing things so you can grow, so you can like explore your curiosities, just live a
Right.
life that you feel is like aligned for you, awesome. And I feel like the more you like are intentional about like where you put your money to, it's like money is a form of energy, right? It's a form of attention. And so it's like
Hormozy,
when you put your energy put something, it'll come back to you. That's how it
exactly.
works.
Hormozy said, it's like voting. And
It
whatever you
is,
put your
yeah.
vote in,
Yeah, I heard
you're
it.
gonna get more of.
100%.
So
Exactly, bro. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's just you're voting with attention. Like that's always what you're doing. You're always voting with your attention. And so it's like where are you putting your time? Where are you putting your energy? Where are you putting your money? Where are you putting your thoughts?
mm, it's good.
Why is it like this? Yeah, whatever. Bro, last couple days or last like week in the gym, it's been lit.
You feeling it? Hell yeah.
Bro, I'm so hype actually about like I'm so glad Road to Renaissance is over. Because like as much as I love making that, there's no way I would want to make Road to Renaissance like that daily. Like I
Now
was
you
just
know.
editing too much. Like that shit just sucked.
I mean, waking hours, that's a big chunk, like 2 to 3 hours or 1.5.
Exactly, bro. And it's like, bro, most of that time was time I was spending outside, bro. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I feel you.
And it's like the
It's
fact that I
been
had to
nice out
sacrifice
lately,
being
dude.
outside, it has been, bro.
It's
Yesterday
been
I was outside
gorgeous.
and I was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, the best birthday present is that I get to be outside with just a hoodie on. That's fucking sick, dog. What? Are you crazy?
With the sun, dude. Oh my gosh. You
Yo,
would think
what?
it's
The weather was
Miami
so
or
beautiful,
something.
bro. It's been so nice the past few days, bro, for sure.
It's been good.
Yeah, that's been amazing, bro. Bro, I've been clocking the steps, bro. I've been getting, yeah, I'm getting back on IG, and I'll tell you why. It's purely because of these, bro. It's purely because of the glasses. It's like, dude,
Oh,
I always want to use these, and these things shoot in vertical, bro.
that's so
And so
dope.
it's like, if I'm gonna be making vertical content, I might as well fucking put it on Instagram, bro. Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, actually, bro, like all of my gym vlogs, so like since the Instagram video limit is 15 minutes, that's the constraint. They all have to be 15 minutes or less. And I love that, bro. Because I can be selective with my shots. I'm throwing like 1, 2 talking head segments in there that are like a minute two. I'm gonna
Yeah.
spin like a couple like
It's not
some
crazy editing and
little
it's
bit of
something to
vibes,
show
little bit
up
of
with.
value. Exactly. And that I feel like I do those, I either edit it on the day I work out or I'll edit it the next day and then it's up. Bro, like that is such a great way for me to like just like create out of like overflow. It's like I'm already training and it's like I have the glasses and I want to do it
Super high.
anyway.
It just everything's
It's so
meshing.
high leverage, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. It's like like I just keep coming back to this quote from Dan. The ultimate goal is to have a life. Wait, no, fuck. I need to fucking memorize this fucking quote, man. I keep talking about this and yet I don't know it
He
by heart.
jumped in and then he trampolined out.
I really did. Let me find it. I gotta screenshot it. I don't think it's in here. Right?
Did you post
It's in my
like on
favorites.
Instagram like maybe clips from the Panera guys, like Justin and them? The three guys?
Didn't. You gotta do that. That's a
That's
great
like
idea, bro.
that's a
I
fantastic
have to
clip.
do that.
Like,
Yeah, you're right, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I definitely, yeah, I could literally just get that. Because that,
You could get that and then
and actually,
last part, dude, just be social or whatever you were talking about in the parking lot.
just be social. Yeah. Yeah. He's cooking, bro. He's cooking. He's cooking. Dan, where's your quota? Damn it. What do you mean it's not in my favorites? Come on. All right,
You
I
have
posted
quotes
this on my.
stored? Like, do you have like a notes for it?
I actually have like an album. I just haven't saved it to it because I'm just a
That's
bot.
something I'm slacking on. I need to like develop some like low friction. Oh, what was that one thing? And then I can have a list of it.
Now walking by yourself. Walking by yourself. Down, do your dance, do your dance, do your dance.
Dang, that takes me back to elementary school, dude.
Yo,
In the
what's it called?
gym,
On Sunday, that shit. Like I was in the car with Mo and Mari, bro. Like she was, just had her playlist on. Cupid Shuffle starts playing. She's like, wonder why that's in my playlist. That's an interesting one. And I was like, man, I'm vibing with it, bro. So now occasionally, I'm just singing it. Yo, lyrics really get stuck in my head, and then they just be staying there, bro. Like
there's-
they just be staying there, bro. This is not crazy. I have a request. I have a message request from somebody on Substack. That's interesting. I didn't even know I had request. I'm pretty sure I thought people could just DM me. That's fine. I'll look at that later. All right, let me find this quote. There we go. Okay, here it is. The ultimate goal is to have a life so beautifully designed that work, rest, and play cease to exist. They all blur together and are indistinguishable. And recently, bro, I've been feeling this so hard. It's like, bro, most of my work is play. Most of my rest is play.
Hmm.
It's like, it's pretty cool. Like, even when I'm fucking killing myself on the treadmill, I'm playing the game of being in flow state. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, it's like
Dang, I didn't even.
I'm
Yeah,
still playing the game in the suffering. You know what I'm saying?
in the trenches. I'm still
Bro, it's like
creating in my head.
I'm still being a gamer in here, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. So I just it's been cool to like be in this. And I've really felt this, especially like with the past few weeks with Road to Renaissance. And now I'm glad that I've like gotten to this point where I've realized that in myself through like this journey of Road to Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
And now I no longer need the vehicle. Because the vehicle, I'm good off that.
He got out the Uber, right?
But we did get to the destination, and now I'm glad I'm here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dang, the
So
progression.
now, bro, I'm just I want to be doing like Road to Renaissance like 2, 3 times a week. I'm still gonna be on some like I'm still gonna make it like record, edit it, and like I'm not gonna upload it on the day. I'm gonna schedule it for the next day, but it's still gonna be a 1 day project like it was because that works for me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
know that works.
Right.
Whenever I start going past 1 day projects, I just start fucking around. Just I
Or you put it off. You say you
yeah,
skip.
that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
it's
Exactly,
like
bro.
that.
That's what I mean
The
by fuck around.
deadline, and you have to shorten that margin to what's
Exactly.
productive. Yeah,
It's like if I don't, I'd rather just like get the work done. You know what I mean?
execute.
Exactly. And so it's like, okay, but I'm gonna be doing like my gym vlogs. That'll be fire. I'm gonna be doing like Road to Renaissance 2 to 3 times a week. I'm gonna be fire. Still probably like just post talking head videos as well. It's whenever I want. You know what I mean? I'm just really in this like state of like this shit just comes out of me, bro. It's like I don't even have to think about it. And now that's so cool because it's like, oh, okay, cool. Content's checked. And I can just start grinding in fitness and in art as well. That's it.
Wow.
And that's only going to take me to the next level of my content.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Yeah, bro. Telling you, bro. I was saying this to myself in the mirror last night. I was like, yo, I was saying it's like Dub season 2.0, but I'm like, bro, I haven't even gotten started yet. Like all this shit has been the preseason. Like 2025 is season 1.
It's beautiful. Dang, that loading ramp is still a season one. Let's get to it.
Let's get it, baby. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of sticking. I didn't make a video talking about like fuck New Year's resolutions. But I've been thinking about it for like a month. Like, I was telling you, like, bro, like December should be when you start getting momentum, right? And like today, I'm like, it's kind of late now because it's already December 31st, right? But I wrote a note talking on Substack because I just wanted to like just channel this like aggression I had for like not putting this out sooner.
Right.
And I was like, New Year's resolutions are for pussies. You should have locked in 6 months ago when you knew you should. Now look at you. 6 months older and zero progress made. Looking goofy as hell. Go
Is
get the
is
fuck
is,
to
is
work.
he talking to me?
I'm not gonna lie. As I started reading that, I'm like, Jake is probably gonna feel like this is him. Yeah, if the shoe fits, wear
Hey,
it.
hey.
I was
Truth be
like, yeah, bro. I
told,
was like, bro. It's like, dude, it's like Hermosi was talking about this in the video, like if you want to make 2025 the best year. It's like I hate the idea of waiting until New Year's to start. It's like what?
in
It's like
general,
if you
yeah, he
want to
talked about
start making progress
in general, you have to wait
right
for a
now.
specific like occurrence, and you're completely
Yeah,
externalizing that.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, this is it's like it's stop hoping for a completion of anything in life. That's what it is.
they'll never get started.
It's like, bro, if you don't start right now, it'll never fucking happen. There's only the now. Bro, actually, I just started re-listening Way to Superior Man, right?
Mm.
And actually, let me go get the book because this
Wait,
will
you said
be super.
listening?
I want to get the exact same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
I
first
need a
time
I need an audio. Yeah,
the
that's
first
something
time
I've.
I actually the first two times I went through it, I was listening.
Hmm.
Now that I'm like going through books, like any book I have that like I have audio and physical, I
Hmm.
like just bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let me go grab waste cream real quick, actually.
The inverse works.
Yes, yes,
short
of course.
term.
Yes,
There's an inverse short to long. It all works.
yes,
The
Yup.
dishonesty, the
yes.
Alrighty.
these
Yes.
things all get
100%.
attention.
So
100%. My view is on the disrespect stuff, and this is something I've sort of been working on a little bit lately.
let's do a pod on.
Got a lot of our usually
Oh, yep.
Popping. That was not funny. I thought you saw me or heard me come back.
I
I thought
didn't.
like you addressed me, and then I just kept hearing the pod, and I was like, okay.
I was locked in, dude.
It'd be like that, man. It'd be
Digesting.
like that. You're good, my boy. All right, but yeah, it was chapter 5. So this chapter is called "Always Hold to Your Deepest Realization." A year ago, when I first listened to this shit like it was just I just didn't understand it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
No, no, no. It wasn't a punch. I didn't get it. Exactly. So I'll read you the first blurb, and then I'll read you the last two paragraphs. The middle stuff isn't that important.
Okay.
Eternity must be a man's home, moment by moment. Without it, he is lost, always striving, grasping at puffs of smoke. A man must do anything necessary to glimpse and then stabilize this ever fresh realization and organize his life around it. Actually, let me read the first paragraph as well. Make your life an ongoing process of being who you are at your deepest, most easeful levels of being. Everything other than this process is secondary. Your job, your children, your wife, your
Hmm.
money, your artistic creations, your pleasures, they're all superficial and empty if they are not floating in the deep sea of your conscious loving. How many hours today was your attention focused in the realm of changes on events, people, thoughts, and experiences? And how often was your attention relaxed into its source? Where is your attention right now? Can you feel its source? Even for a moment, can you feel that which makes attention conscious and aware? Can you feel the deepest nature of attention? What happens when you simply, effortlessly allow attention to subside in the source? Actually, not. I'll just read this deck paragraph as well. We'll just skip the middle two paragraphs. This source is never changing and always present. It is the constant, silent tone behind and pervading the music of life. Feel into this source as deeply as possible, and then reapproach your work, intimacy, family, and creative efforts. When you make money from this source. Find out what happens to the details of your life when you live more consistently from this source. Skip ahead. Know eternity. Do whatever it takes. And from this depth of being, live the details of your life. But if you postpone the process of submerging yourself in the source for the sake of taking care of business first, your life will be spent in hours and days of business, and then it will be gone. Only if you are well grounded in that which is larger than life will
Ooh,
you be able to play life with
with
humor,
humor.
knowing that
That,
each task is a mirage of necessity.
I love that quote.
Even if you find yourself in some trivial moment, watching TV or cleaning up a mess in the kitchen, feel the truth of who you are. Feel the boundless cognizance in which each instant seems and vanishes. All moments are the same intensity of clarity, completeness, and humor when you meet each moment with your deepest realization. Nothing that has ever happened has made any difference to the capital O, one who you are.
One who you
So,
are.
obviously, when I first read that, it went over my head because, of course, it did. I was nowhere near as tapped in as I am now. Now I read that, I'm like, oh, presence. Knowing your truest nature, your eternal nature, stillness, connecting with your truest self, connecting with the source. Where does your where do your desires really come from?
Mm.
Are they yours truly? Or are they
Ooh,
from the
you're
programming that you've been instilled?
right. Are they yours?
And when a man can realize that eternity is his home, that the present moment is all that there is, and that it is his job to make love to the present moment, to enjoy as much as life as possible, to give as much as your gift to life as possible, to experience as much love as possible. And when you can align with that truest part of yourself, the deepest awareness that lies behind all other things, you realize that there is something boundless about you. And you start recognizing that the duality of space time and past and future are only there to serve as lessons, not as paradigms to stay in.
Right.
When you stay trapped in the past, you stay trapped in anxiety most
Ooh,
of the time. When you, or
right.
no, in depression. Depression is the past. Because you're too focused on what was and you're not worried about changing to make something new. You can't transmute what was and create something new, what is. When you're too focused on the future, you get anxiety. You don't know what's going to happen. You're too busy, mental masturbating. We've all been there. Anxiety and depression are what happens when you tap too deeply, too into the extreme of past or future. Because these are useful tools. Past is there to serve us and to teach us lessons, to expand our awareness, to allow us to level up, and to see things differently, right? To learn and to grow and to evolve. And the future is there to teach us trust and surrender. And so it's like, okay, I can step into the past, I can step into the future at times, but I must know that the present moment is all I truly have. And
Yeah.
if I'm not making love to life, if I'm not living out life as much as I can right here, right now, what else do I have? What else is there?
The way I visually see it is like the timeline, obviously, right? And then crosshairs. Only in the now can you take
Mm,
opportunity and you fire.
mm,
It's like
yeah, yeah,
diverting your attention, but you have to come back. You can't stay.
yes, exactly. Yeah, like I said, you can get into past or the future, right? You can step into them. They're very useful tools, but you can't stay trapped there.
What's the point of rewatching game footage if you never go back to play another game? You can't
That's
stay
very
stuck
real.
watching, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You'll never implement.
Or you can't like look at the greats you want to be like because you never implement in the now. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like people always like, and this is exactly why I like so strongly. It's like when I said New Year's resolutions are for pussies. It's like, bro, if you're not doing it right now, you're not doing it. And so it's like what else matters besides right now? It's like, hold up. Wasn't the point of this like whole like personal development, like spirituality, getting, improving ourselves kind of thing? The point of this was to enjoy life, right? Am I correct?
Make life
Wasn't
better
it to
and
like
enjoy it. Yeah.
not hate life and to like love it, right? I'm not wrong about that one. Okay, cool. And so if that's the point, why aren't we doing the things that allow us to love life, which is actually being in the present moment and doing the things that our authentic self wants us to do in the present moment? But no, when we get desires or intentions that we should be executing on, we're like, oh, no, I shouldn't do this. We have goals, we have progress, we have things we want to actualize. Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. You're full of shit.
I should do
Stop.
this, but tomorrow.
It's like, and like, I'm going to read this note again. I want to feel this. New Year's resolutions are for pussies. You should have locked in 6 months ago when you knew you should. Now look at you. 6 months older, zero progress made,
Damn.
looking goofy as hell. Go get the fuck to work. Like I'm like slapping the fuck out of my 19-year-old self right now I say that. Like that is exactly to me like a year ago. You know what I mean? Or like, yeah, about a year ago. It's like, bro, if I just actually was doing shit in like December when I started and I didn't fall off in January,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously that was part of the process. We have no
Yeah.
regrets here, of course. But it's like now I don't let shit slip. You know what I mean? It's like I don't I don't allow the work to not get done. Like when I was on the mill today, I was hitting the wall like zero point 0.8 miles, but I was going to 1.2 too. That was the fucking goal. And so it didn't matter that I hit the wall. Them legs was just gonna keep fucking moving. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just gonna keep going because that is what is required in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That is what is. That's what my deepest realization is holding me to in this present moment. And so I need to hold true to that. And the more you hold true to
A
your
mule
deepest
task.
realization or your intuition, it's like the more you hold true to that, the better life will get. I can guarantee it. And it's like the man, it's like man, I fucking love this ring because it's such a perfect symbol. I was actually I looked up what the yin yang represented. It's interesting. 4 out of the 7 hermetic principles are instilled into the yin yang. All 4 through 7. Polarity, the yin and the yang, right? They're two opposites.
Mm-hmm.
Rhythm, the cyclical nature of them. Cause and
Season.
effect, they both affect each other,
Yeah.
right? Without one, there can't be the other. And gender, all have the masculine and feminine principle,
Yep.
right? And so, like I see the white. The white is the masculine aspect. I see this should be black, but it's a mood ring, so it changes colors, which is actually awesome
Cool.
because it even more embodies the fluidity of the feminine. And so it's just like this perfect reminder of discipline, integrity, structure, fluidity, flow. You need
Seasons.
both. You have to embrace both the masculine and the feminine. You have to have both of them. And you can't just like the thing is like of course there will be time periods, like extended time periods where you're stepping into one
Yeah.
long like more than the other,
Seasons.
right? But
Cyclical.
the in my opinion, like the greatest life will be when you have the most balance of them for who you truly are, right? For what's aligned with your nature.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I was actually been thinking about this a lot recently in terms of like my relationship with Aaron. In Way of Superior Man, it talks about you want an energetic reciprocal, right? In terms of like, so everyone has a unique light code, I like to call it, and
Ooh.
that's like your 7 chakras, right? And that also gets expressed through your masculine and feminine energy, okay? Right? And so like everyone has a unique light code, and so your masculine and feminine expression is unique, right? If you want to just put percentages to it, let's just say that. And so like for me, let's say I'm a fairly balanced guy. I do lean more to my masculine, definitely. But honestly, if I was going to put like percentages to it, I'd say I'm like 60-40, maybe 65-35. Like I'm way more feminine than most guys, and I love that about myself, and I embrace that. You know, and I I found that like with Aaron was actually too feminine for me. Like I actually there'd be points where I'd be like, oh man, like I wish there was like some masculinity here that I could like I could play with. You know what I mean? And I feel like for like me specifically, because I enjoy flipping between my masculine and feminine so much because that's such like a natural tie for me, and because I really enjoy like that flow of being in both energies, I want
Mm-hmm.
a partner who can do that as well. And Erin just
I
wasn't like
see.
that. Like Erin was just really mainly in her feminine. She couldn't tap into her masculine that much, and that's fine. That's Erin's temperament. That's okay. You know what I mean? That's just for me. You know. And so, uh, in terms of like your masculine and feminine, right? You have to figure out like what does that look like in me, and the more you can cultivate like your lifestyle around that, that is going to be like great for you. So like for me, right, I feel like I channel my masculine a lot through recording and through writing and through training, exercise.
Mm.
And I channel my feminine a lot through painting and like more kind of like just like painting and mixed media, things that I could be like way less structured with. I can just do whatever the
Right.
fuck I want. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Those things, being outside, being in nature, right? Which is a lot why like I in December, I was too in my masculine, and I felt that. like with Road to Renaissance. I knew that, you know what I mean? And so um I've been really finding like ways to like get more into my feminine, and I find that like learning can be a way I do that. Learning can be either one.
Hmm.
Being outside is a great way for that. Water really helps me get into my feminine a lot, actually. Like being in like the pool is great.
Ooh,
Unfortunately,
okay.
it's not pool time. But like things that like really, massages, active recovery, like that really gets me in my feminine, but like that shit really gets me into my body. It really allows me to like go within, like really feel like I'm in the moment, you know what I mean? I can be one with like everything I'm feeling right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Massages have been great for that. Like I do a massage after all my workouts. I do at least 10 minutes in the massage chair. Um, so yeah, I'll say like prayer as well. Prayer is like devotion, right? So these kinds of things. And I feel like when you can find out like which practices kind of like align with you, and you can cultivate those in your day. It doesn't have to be like super structured or anything. But if you can just like, hey, I have these things that like feel called and aligned with me, and I do these on a certain day, and that makes me feel like I'm being expressed fully.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm not denying either part of myself.
Right.
What are the thumbs up for?
You hear me, right? I'm just
Oh
chewing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All good, G. All good. Oh man,
Getting these carbs in for the pump.
it's real, bro. Bro, I trained fasted today, bro. It's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Morning fasted
Swam,
workouts are
just with some
pretty
coffee. Just with some
nice.
coffee. Yeah, it was good, man. Cause I'm actually I'm working at Planet Fitness now. I just got the
Oh, cool.
I
Dope.
just got hired. Actually, you know what? This is so hilarious. Let me tell you about this story
Oh
of
boy.
like my hiring process. So I like a couple weeks ago, I think I told you how like my dad wanted me to like start getting a job.
Right.
Um, I was like, yeah, I was actually on the same time because I wanted bread to invest in myself, right? And so I'm like, all right, cool. So I was at Planet Fitness one day, right after my workout, and I was just thinking, I'm like, yo, it'd actually be pretty dope to work here. I was like, yo, it'd be like gym environment. If I come here, I could just train before or after work. Start getting some bread, invest in myself. I'd have to be social, so that's great for developing social skills. So I'm like, yeah, just
Mhm.
and it's like not a hard job at all. So it's like in terms of like part-time stuff and like keeping my cognitive, like my brain
Yeah,
pattern
your brain
for
points.
business, for fitness, for art, for like for myself. It's like, yeah, honestly, bro, this shit checks all the boxes, dude. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, just get a W job. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was actually hype as fuck. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh yeah, what? I already set the intention, so I already knew I was gonna get the job before I even applied. And so I go up to the to the front desk, and I'm like, I'm gonna ask if if they're hiring. I go up to the girl, right? Cute ass. Her name's Asia. She got a little badge on. Says new team member. I'm like, oh, so they're in a hiring period. Say no more, right? Ask her. She's like, oh yeah, we are hiring. Say no more. So got my little info down. Applied online that night. Next day, or 2 days after, I think I don't remember. Either the day after or 2 days after, I have my in-person interview. Julio, Lydiana. So this is with assistant manager Josh. Josh
Hmm.
is mad cool. We talked for like 15 minutes. It was mad quick. I literally I swear to God, Jake, the interview was for 10 a.m. All right. My dad
Yeah,
took
you
me
said
there, right?
earlier. It's like
Bro,
45.
I kid you not. I left my interview. Like we were in the car on the way back to the crib at 9:59. How the fuck was I on the way back to the crib before the interview was supposed to happen? What? That's crazy, dog. You know what I'm saying? That was funny. So, I got there early, did the interview super fast. Cool. Made a great impression, obviously. So that was awesome. Josh tells me he's like, Xavier's the manager. Xavier's gonna give you a call tonight or tomorrow, and he'll let you know if you're gonna get a follow-up interview. That'll be a phone interview. I'm like, all right, cool. Sounds awesome. I was expecting the call for tomorrow. So I didn't have my do not disturb off. Xavier called me with my do not disturb on, didn't get the call, so I missed it. I was like, that sucks.
Hmm.
If not, for like a week, I was just missing this dude. You know what I mean? I'd call him, he wasn't there. I don't think he ever reached out to me. But like there'd be times, I went to the gym or I'd like call and he was just there. I just missed him. I mean, I just kept missing him. And then like, Christmas rolled around, so I was like, okay, obviously, blah 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 blah. Whatever. Eventually, it's like, okay, cool. This is Christmas, the day after Christmas, the 26th. You're supposed to have I'm supposed to have an interview with the regional manager, Brittany. Okay, at 11 a.m.
Mhm.
I'm at Panera at the time, right? I was gonna take the interview then. I went on a walk. I wanted to have the interview at Panera. I knew it'd probably be jumping in the house, so I didn't want to have it here. um, and so I was like, I bet, cool, yeah. So I kid you not, right? 11:01 rolls around. I'm like in the middle of writing a newsletter because making sure I'm using my time. No call. All right, cool. Maybe she's just doing a little something. 11:05, no call. I'm like, okay, this is weird. I finished writing my newsletter at 11:20.
Mm.
So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now? That's actually when so as I'm writing this, right? As I'm writing my newsletter, waiting for this lady to call me. That's when I start hearing the business guys, I hear them dropping business lingo. I'm
Right,
like,
right,
oh, these
right.
are entrepreneurs. I gotta go talk to these guys. So that's when I go do that. So that's the 26th. Okay, cool. Bro, I don't know. I went in the 27th, right? Because Brittany never called me. No, actually I went in that day on the 26th, like later that day.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, hey, I never got a call from Brittany. What the hell? Right? I was gonna go see if I could talk to Xavier. Unfortunately, Xavier wasn't there, right? So I talked to Josh, and Josh was like, okay. Actually, no, neither of the managers were there. There's a guy named Nick there. Nick's not cool, but he called up Xavier, and he was like, all right, Xavier's gonna give you a call back today or tomorrow. Never got that call. Anyways, I called back, right? So this is yesterday. We're yesterday now. We're on no, this is Sunday. This is Sunday, not my birthday. This is Sunday. And I'm expecting to have a call with Xavier at 12:30 because the previous night I actually went to the gym and Josh told me Xavier's gonna give you a call at 12:30 when he gets in, right? So I'm like, yo, say no more. I got you. Lay no bet. 12:30 rolls around. We're at the mall right now because out me and the fam was out. We was celebrating my birthday. So we were at a bookshop at the point at that time, and I'm like, yo, we're about to go to the movies in like half an hour. I mean, we're about to go see Moana 2. That movie was fucking amazing. um, and so I call them up because I'm like, bro. Actually, no, I think Josh is supposed to. I mean, I think Xavier's supposed to call me at 12. And so I called them at 12:30 because I'm like, hello, it's been 30 minutes. Right? And so I call them. Josh is like, oh wait, he never called you, or oh no, I think he said Xavier just stepped. I forgot exactly what. Oh no, he said Xavier actually was running late. That's what he was, and then he'd be there in 30 minutes. I'm like, well, shit, in 30 minutes, I'm gonna be in the movie. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, Josh was like, all right, well, what time do you think would be good? I was like, okay, probably like 4. He's like, okay, I'll tell Xavier 4 then. You know what I mean? He'll give you a call then. 4 rolls around, 4:30, I call them. I talk to Nick again. He's like, oh yeah, no, Xavier already left, bro. I'm like, so when I go to the gym yesterday, right? Like
Bro,
last night,
this
I'm
is some
talking to
Tom and
Josh. He's
Jerry
like,
via phone calls, bro. This is
oh fucking cat. So I'm talking to Josh, and he's like, bro, I'm so sorry, bro. Like Xavier just like completely forgot. He's like, you must think I'm fucking with you or something, dude, because this has been some crazy shit. And I'm like, honestly, Josh, I don't even think it's like some weird shit. I just know shit is just beyond crazy right now. Like I don't even know what's going on. Just know it's nothing mischievous. It's just bullshit. That's all I know. I didn't say that, but that's all I know. Right? And so Josh is telling me, he's like, yo, bro, Xavier's gonna be here tomorrow morning, right? Xavier works 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. Right? He was like, he wasn't really in last week. Last week it was like some weird shit, which is why I was missing him so much because of like holiday stuff and like he had to like babysit a couple days out of the week, which was like he didn't expect that. And so like Xavier was on some weird timing, which made sense. He's like, but bro, we will be here tomorrow in the morning, right? 8 to 4. Come in the morning, give him a call, or just come. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring my ass here. So I get there this morning, bro, and I know what he looks like. We hadn't like formally met, but I just knew what I had seen him, and I just knew he was the manager. And so I go in there and I don't see him. And at the time, Nick was like helping somebody who wanted to sign up, and so I was just like, all right, there's like some chairs at the front, so I just sat down there, chilling there for like 5, 5-ish minutes until I get like a little opportunity to be like, yo, Nick, is Xavier in? He's like, oh, nah, he's at the bank. But he'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm like, all right, okay. He said he should be back any minute, right? And when he said that, I was like, any minute? I was like, oh, fuck me, bro. If this guy comes back in like an hour, I'm going to be so pissed. But I was like, you know what? I believe, bro. I believe. You know what I mean? And so I just sat back down. I pulled out a book. It was actually a book I got from the bookstore. It was like a Greek mythology book I caught. That should have been so rocking. I just started reading that, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just get into this book and it's gonna look good because when he comes in, he'll be like, oh wow, this guy's like sitting here reading a book. He's like, he must be like a smart guy. Anyways, I'm just gonna chill
Positioning.
here. I'm gonna read my I'm gonna read my book and I'm just gonna wait till this motherfucker gets here and I'm just gonna hope that it's not super long. I It was only like 10 minutes. I see him like coming in. I'm like, yo.
Oh great heavens.
Right?
Uh
He like went to like the little like like manager office real quick just to like take his little jacket off. Then he came up to the office. I go over there. I'm like, "Hey, are you Xavier?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "I'm Jaden." He's like, "Oh man, sorry. It's great to finally meet you, man. I'm so sorry about all the craziness, man." So that was that. And then did a little interview. It was literally like super quick. I basically like already gotten the job. Honestly, I knew I already made a great impression, and so it was really just like technicalities. So it was like literally like 5-10 minute interview, and he's like, "Yep, we're gonna bring you on the team, bro." And so he's gonna call
hell
me up
yeah.
tomorrow. We're gonna talk deets about like training and stuff. So that's that. But yeah, that was the Planet Fitness fiasco.
Fiasco. Hell yeah. That is a wild. How what is the amount of like days between hey, I want to work
Let me
here,
see, bro.
and then this person to today? That's
Let me
like
see.
10 days or something.
Yeah, it couldn't have been more than 2 weeks. Definitely less than 2 weeks. Let me see. Do I have a? I don't remember. Do I have a?
Bro, Xavier had some communication ultra instinct, bro.
That's so funny, bro. Nah, for real though, dog. That shit was so wild. Let me see. When was this?
My guy was teleported.
I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely within 10 to 14 days. Definitely. I don't feel like finding the exact date. It's doing too much. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny, bro. That was funny. But I'm not gonna lie, you know what? If we're just gonna get a bit metaphysical real quick. If we're talking about like manifestation and like holding the intention and the desire and like knowing like still holding conviction even when like reality is showing you things that it's like, oh, it's not looking
Yeah,
good.
it's like holding frame for the actualization.
Exactly. Holding frame. Exactly. It's like, bro, I could have literally been like, fuck this job probably like 7 times in the last 2
Screw
weeks.
Xavier.
I could have did that shit. But like, I didn't want to. I actually wanted the job. And that's what it is. It's like,
You want it bad
don't you
enough, you're
actually
going to go
want
the
your
length.
goals?
Yeah.
Don't you actually want these things that you claim that you want?
Matter of
And so
fact,
it's like, why
oh,
aren't you
dude.
holding true? Why aren't you holding frame? Why aren't you holding that you're going to achieve this? For Mosey was talking about this, I think in that same video that we were like talking about earlier. He was like, bro, you just don't understand that the thing that you want is going to take longer and it's going to be harder than you expected.
Yep.
That's all it is. Like the only suffering that comes is simply because of your expectations. Like your expectations were
Yes,
incorrect.
it's
You just didn't
yeah,
think
the
that the price
ignorance.
tag was going to be big enough, but it actually was. The
Yeah.
price tag it had like 3 more zeros than you anticipated, and so it's like, are you willing to put the work in? Are you going to save up? Are you going to keep grinding?
Yep.
Or are you just going to fold? You're like, oh, I don't really want it that bad. Are you going to lie to yourself? Because then that'd be a lie. You do want it. That's why it's in here. Because if you didn't, it wouldn't be. I'm not interested in joining the military. Give a fuck. But I am interested in running the marathon. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? So it's like, if the desire's in your heart, it's true. Don't fucking bullshit yourself, bro. If the desire's in your heart, you need to actualize it.
Those like leaps, because it can like it's intimidating, especially when you're like not so deep in the taking action spectrum of things. Like you haven't really gotten started. That's when it's most intimidating because you have no reference point. Fear shouldn't be your friend or your best. Wait, yeah, shouldn't be your friend or your best friend. It should be your lover. Oh,
I
okay.
got live with your lips pressed against your fears, kissing your fears, neither pulling back nor aggressively violating them. Right? That's what Data said. I said fear shouldn't be your friend or your best friend. It should be your lover.
Mm-hmm.
You should want to know the fullness of your fears, the fullness of your darkness. This is something that I've been like,
They make the best
like,
memories, dude, when you confront them.
like for me, right? I a lot of people like in the spirituality community turn their eyes away from the darkness, right? That's still separation. The darkness is there and it shouldn't be dismissed. It shouldn't be distanced from. It shouldn't be denied.
Oh, yeah, there's like this other concept. I forgot what book it was, but like the concept of like your shadow or like your ego or like
Shadow.
the
Yeah.
darkness of you
Yes. Yes.
and actually
Exactly.
learning about it
Yes.
and knowing
The
it.
thing is, bro, all the shadow is the suppressed and repressed authentic self. It's your truest nature. It's the individual expression, right? There's a light and a shadow to the ego,
Mm-hmm.
right? The individual right? If you're thinking of the ego as the individual expression, right? Right? The ego Jaden, the ego Jake. There's a light and there's a dark to the ego, right? There is the shadow, there's the suppressed and repressed side, and these things are deep in the subconscious, right? We're not aware of them. They're in the darkness, right? These things are a part of us, 100%. We're just not accepting them. We're
Mm-hmm.
not embracing them. We're not
You
putting
can't
them into
change
the
what
light.
you like. Yeah. It's like you can't rearrange a room you won't walk into.
So yeah,
You can't rearrange like, okay. Well, like it's just a visual of like
you can't
clean up a
rearrange a
room.
room you won't walk into.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
You gotta
yeah. Okay,
open
I
that
get it. Yeah,
door.
it just didn't process the first time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's real. Exactly. It's like how the fuck are you
Something
gonna clean
that's
the room if you're
really
not
exciting that
in it?
I need to start is the concept of programming my subconscious while I sleep via a like audio that plays with earbuds while I sleep.
Bro, I'm not
Can you
gonna lie, like
imagine how
that shit works, bro. Like I did that last year. I don't like I definitely think it's a vehicle, right? There are many vehicles, obviously, and
yeah.
any vehicle that works for you works for you. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I genuinely do believe in like the thing is when you're sleeping, like inherently your brainwave, like
Yeah, it goes down
the
to theta.
you're like I
It's
think what is the active brainwave most of the time? It's like
is it out?
delta, no? No,
Well,
it's not delta.
delta.
I don't remember, but
We're
whichever one is
cooked.
most active majority of the time, that's like the more animalistic, right? You can think of that as like the
Yeah.
egoic or animalistic brainwave,
It's more like
right? And then
you
there's
and
like
your thoughts, your consciousness.
the more divine brainwaves you could think of,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you're like deep in
Subconscious.
meditation, stuff like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so, like your brain signals these, and like when you're sleeping, you're tapped into that deepest nature, right? Those brain waves, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
tapped into the your deeper nature of yourself. And so,
Yes.
of course, when you plug information in to that, then yeah,
It
of
is
course
the
it'll start
root.
working in the background. It's
It's the
actually
root.
it's interesting. My I don't remember exactly how it popped up, but we were like sitting on the couch one day, and I don't remember the exact context, but I was telling my dad about like the subconscious, and I was like, yeah, Dad, you don't you like you have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with an idea or like you have a solution to a problem? He's like, oh yeah, all the time. It's like, yeah, that's your subconscious doing the work in the middle of the night. Oh, you know what it was? We were talking about like how your brain is actually the most active when you're sleeping. And Dad was like, wait,
Ooh.
what? And it's like, yeah, it is. Because your subconscious, right? I was like, yo, Dad, you know what rapid eye movement sleep is, right? REM sleep? He's like, yeah, of course. When you're in REM sleep, your brain is the most active. It's like, bro, your brain, when you're sleeping, right? Your subconscious is the most powerful aspect of yourself. Our conscious mind is nothing.
Because like our thoughts come from like our beliefs, and our subconscious is like our belief systems. And
Yeah,
you can program that. Like
yeah.
even like
Neil
think
likes to
about
say
like
that
music.
the subconscious is the womb of your reality.
You said the what of my reality?
The
The
womb.
oh. Hmm. Like I'm over here thinking about birth.
Your subconscious births your reality.
Oh, okay. I wasn't overthinking.
Yeah, it's very simple. The programming, the beliefs that are held true in the subconscious, that is what you experience.
Yet our conscious like existence through the now, what was used to be our now is like our code in our subconscious that made it what it is today. So like childhood memories,
Right, right,
memories from programming in school, or it can be
right,
like
right, right.
something simple like, dude, I'm having all these lustful thoughts. Music,
Yep,
lyrics. It
yep.
can literally tinker. Like it
All of it, bro.
that's why it's so
All of
high
it.
leverage. You can like not plus it's not even your waking hours. It doesn't like you're not even like
Right.
messing with your time for real.
Sure.
And you're building like this shield or like a proper like the strongest possible foundation and pillars for what you want to be.
Facts, bro. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dang, I just had something. You said something, and it's just now
Dang.
my brain is just not working.
Pillars,
Dang. No, it was like I think a sentence or two before that.
foundations,
Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
programming, or like talking about our subconscious is programmed by the now and our past is like what makes our subconscious now. I think that covers everything I was talking about.
Hmm. Give me a sec. Just let me click.
I got you.
Think. Hmm. Honestly, I don't remember that much, but fuck it. Let's just go to another thing. Let's
Yeah.
let's connect the conscious and the subconscious to like the light and the dark, the
Hmm.
shadow, right? More often than not, I mean, honestly, I mean, in my opinion, most of like spiritual evolution is the process of bringing your darkness into the light and embracing it. It's
Hmm.
the actualization of your most authentic self.
Right.
And more often than not, that means realigning with the misalignment that you've been strayed or that has been
You know
programmed
what I
into.
just thought of?
What
Like
you got?
the process of like our authentic selves and like the idea that our subconscious is our darkness. Think it like when you frame that with the idea of like implementing what you used to do as a kid, that was your past, like that was like the core earliest of your subconscious of your darkness. So like going outside, walking, the art. Dang, brought into the
Bro,
light.
it's like those things that have been repressed, those truest parts of yourself that you're pushing down, that you're not accepting. It's like
It's beautiful.
that is, those are the parts of yourself that will bring the light. Like that's the thing. It's like they're only in darkness because you're separate from them. That's the only issue right now. It's just separation. Like, bro, like if you can understand this like law, I mean, obviously separation is like you can perceive this in a lot of different ways.
Mhm.
But it's like if you're not embracing something, if you're not accepting something, then you're most likely distancing it from yourself or you're you're
You're
separating
creating
from
a
yourself.
wall or
Right.
separating yourself, like distance. Yeah,
Exactly.
either or.
And so it's like any separation causes suffering because all separation is misalignment with the truest nature of the universe. The truest nature of God, of the universe, of our nature is unity, union, oneness. And so any separation, anything that says we are not one, we are divided, causes suffering. And I was thinking about this in relation to my own journey. Um, this is why non-duality was like a huge for my like mental healing and just like feeling like I wasn't some like weirdo outcast of the world or something. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely have always felt like I had to play to one side or the other. I always felt like there were
Mm.
two sides of me and I had to pick one. I
Oh,
always felt like I
limited
was
option.
not embracing a part of myself. I always felt like there was some part of myself I had to sacrifice if I wanted another part of myself. I was constantly trapped in duality. Constantly. Black versus Hispanic. Art versus science. Science versus spirituality. Emotion versus logic. These are all part of my nature. These are all things I resonate with deeply.
It's part of.
And
You need.
I just kept finding myself back and forth.
Mhm.
Oh, which one do I pick? Which one do I choose? None. All of them. That's what. And that's why, like, when I started finding non-duality, and then I actually had this, like, embodied experience of, like, oh no, harmony, polarity can coexist in union.
Mm.
It was so healing and profound for me because I had such a resonance with like these two parts of my nature that just were separate, that couldn't coexist, that were opposites. But opposites are identical in nature and different in degree.
What's that from?
Kabbalah.
Oh, all truths are but half truths. Paradoxes may be reconciled. That's interesting. All truths are half truths. Two things can
This
be
is
true
why
at the same time. Hmm.
yeah, bro, yeah. Although things may appear separate, although opposites may appear unharmonious, although things may appear in entropy, order, union, and interconnectedness is the truest nature of our universe, of God, of ourselves. And when you can have a realized experience of that, things start changing. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, I think this is a big thing I'm trying to do with like esoteric self improvement. You need both aspects, the inner and the outer, the physical and the spiritual, the masculine and the feminine. Because without both, you won't make anything. That's how it works. Just like man and woman are
Hmm.
required to come together to create a baby, the masculine and feminine must come together to create anything. Seventh Hermetic principle, principle of gender. Gender is for generation, creation.
Mm.
You need the masculine and the feminine, the inner, the outer, the physical, the spiritual, creativity, productivity, mental, physical, spiritual, whatever. Harmony. And although things may appear dualistic or separate, that's just the interconnectedness. That's just how, actually, you know what? Let me try to find it. Let me try to find it in the Kabbalah. Chapter 5 in the Kabbalion, the mental universe. Is this the mental universe or is this mental gender? Fuck. Forgot. Let me find out. But it talked about, actually, you know what? I don't feel like looking for that now just because I don't know a chapter, but I'll summarize it. I'll summarize it. It basically talks about how, like, God is above gender. But when it comes to creation, it's almost like, as an expression of the divine, it's like when God creates, God's like genderlessness can't come into its creations, and there's kind of like this like imperfection, and so it kind of like splits into two. You see what I'm saying? The masculine and the feminine aspect.
Because
And so
he's
it's like God is above gender, but all of God's creations have their masculine and feminine principle. Right? God is just the masculine and the feminine completely embodied. Right? But all of God's creations, you can recognize the masculine and the feminine principles in both of those. You see what I'm saying?
I definitely, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's kind of like this understanding of like all creations need the masculine and the feminine to come together. What does that look like? Well, let's say it could be creativity and productivity, right? Creativity is ideation, feminine. Productivity is actualization, the masculine. This could look like structure and flow. This could look like, hey, I have this constraint that I want to create something in, right? This is why deadlines are so good because they give you that structure, they give you that limitation. It's the thing about creativity is that it's infinite. And the thing is, since we can't really comprehend infiniteness, we have to make something finite in order to wield the power of the infinity. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we need to
Right.
place constraints on our creations.
You can't hold the ocean, but you can make a bucket.
Exactly. Exactly. I was thinking about this in relation to like art. I was like, bro, honestly, all art, this is why like I don't believe in like AI can't make art. Because art is inherently human. Because inherently art is about expressing the divine through the human constraint. We try to capture the infiniteness in our finite capabilities.
Dang, that's literally that freaking that goes with everything. Like
Totally.
every bit of art, a picture, video, vlogs, writing, any like piece of information. Like it, oh
Exactly.
my, that literally like that registers with anything.
Exactly. And so that's why um the structure, like the masculine structure. That's like the constraint. But then the life, the energy, feminine, like the flow, that's the intuition, that's the creativity. That's the mental, the spiritual, right? And the productivity, or the masculine, right? The structure comes in and says, "Hey, we're gonna take this and we're going to channel this." Right? The feminine is a boundless ocean, right? This is what Way the Superior Man says. Think of the feminine as an ocean, boundless energy, full of life, full of potential, and yet wildly chaotic, completely unpredictable. You have no clue what the ocean will ever do ever. It can go at all directions at any time. And that's the beauty of the feminine. That's the beauty of the infinite. Unfortunately, it's hard to wield that. This is where the masculine comes in, because the masculine comes in, it creates canoes, and it creates rivers and boats. It creates boats that the canoes can run. I mean, it creates canoes that the feminine flows through, the water can flow through, right? And then it creates boats so we can ride together. I mean, we harness this energy, this life, and we channel it. We put focus, we put attention, we put structure to the flow, and now we can start creating something. You need the masculine and the feminine.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a chapter about it in my book. It's free. You should check it out. It's the link in the description.
Ebook?
Yes, sir. I'm so proud of that book, bro.
Yeah, how long did it take you?
Bro, it took me like at least 40 hours to like total in terms of like, because a lot of that was like repurposed newsletters, right? But I added action step prompts to all of them. Like every chapter ends with the action step prompt. And then most core concepts also end with an action step prompt. Most of those action step prompts weren't there. So I had to make them. And I also had to actually figure out the structure. It's like, okay, how do I organize these things? How do I organize these ideas? Right? What's the chronology of this? There was a lot of, so there's like the first putting it together, there's like the re-editing, there's like the going through and like making sure like all the tone is correct. And like it feels and sounds similar enough throughout the entire thing. Excuse me. So like in terms of like imposing it, writing it, re-editing, easily 40 hours, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like so easily, bro. Like but it's awesome because like it really is like this okay, so here's the title, right? Or here's the headline. The Digital Alchemist Blueprint. A no BS guide to the arts of digital art, to the arts of mental and digital transmutation. So it's the Digital Alchemist Blueprint, a no BS guide to the a no BS guide to the arts of mental and digital transmutation. Okay, there we go. And so the idea of the book is to help you become a digital alchemist. Okay, well, what the fuck does that mean, Jit? One part is the alchemist part, the other part's the digital part. The alchemist transmutes. This is mental transmutation. This is why I have this. Teach a lot of metaphysics in the Digital Alchemist Blueprint because that's how you do it, or at least that's how I did. Right? That's how you at least have the understanding, so you can do it easier, right? And then I also, take these metaphysics and I apply like other things to it. Like I talk about science. I have a story about like cancer patients. In some cancer patients remain like with PTSD, they remain traumatized, and other ones grow, right? There's something called post-traumatic stress growth, right? So some people get traumatized, but they actually become better off because of it,
Right.
And it's simply because of one thing, the narrative. It's what they tell themselves.
Perspective,
It's
right.
their perception. That's it. And so if you can transmute, if you can just shift from one pole to the other, that's what transmutation is. Like I said, all opposites are identical in nature to different in degree. That means that they lie on the same pole. That means that we can go from one pole to the other. Cold can be transmuted into heat by speeding it up. Light can be transmuted into dark, or darkness can be transmuted into light. Pain can be transmuted into purpose. You can take what's hurt you and you can help others. Struggle can be transmuted into service. Wounds can be transmuted into wisdom. And so I break down like the metaphysics of like alchemy just so you can have like a basic understanding of like what the fuck is alchemy? What are you even talking about right now, Jaden? Then it's like here's how you actually shift your perception, right? Here are like these like I lay a lot of like spiritual and like metaphysical foundation because I kind of need to slap you with the fact that like things you think right now are not what you should be thinking. Like there's something higher. There's a higher nature of yourself. Like you are the creator of your reality. You hold the agency to change your life. No one else. Well, actually, that's not true. If you give them the agency, they can have it. Right? So it's shifting from victimhood to creatorhood. Victim consciousness to creator consciousness. Victimhood and creatorhood, those are on the same pole as well. Victimhood is this happened to me. Creatorhood is this happened for me. If you're a victim, life beats you up. If you're a creator, life still smacks you down. It still sucks. Except you get back up and you learn something because of it. And then you're grateful because you're now better. That's the difference. It's all perception. Because at the end of the day, you still experience the same fucking event. It's just, what do you think about the event? What are you telling yourself about it? And what do you hold with conviction? Because not all thoughts create reality. It is only the ones that are held with emotional conviction that are birthed.
That's true.
Because emotion It's the feminine.
Puts
Emotion is the
puts it
power. That's the
yeah.
energy.
puts it in motion.
Thought is the masculine. Start up a new meaning.
Um,
Actually, let me hit the bathroom real quick. You want to say something real quick?
this was good, but I
You wanna hop
do
off?
have to get ready for the gym.
Oh yeah, you gotta go lift. Yeah, no doubt, bro.
Yeah.
No
I'll
doubt,
see
G.
you.
Say no more, brother.
Peace
Have a good
out.
lift.